This is wild. But not that wild if you've been paying attention to Donald Trump. And, like, the things that people have been saying about Donald Trump for, like, the last 40 years. But this is a story coming out of the New Republic as of 2 days ago. Trump apparently has a list of things he loves about Adolf Hitler. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, like, do you mean like a physical list? Well, let's find out. Donald Trump's former chief of staff, John Kelly, says the former president used to praise lots of things about Hitler, which really lines up with some of the reports that were coming out pre 2016 about him having, like, a book of Hitler's speeches by his bedside table. And, like, you know, it kind of. The fact that he can drop things like poisoning the blood of our country on a whim really kind of indicates to me a familiarity with Hitler that he's been downplaying, I suppose you could say. Donald Trump has never been shy about expressing his affection for dictators, and now that stance has become even clearer with his former chief of staff alleging that Trump once said Adolf Hitler, quote, did some good things. In his new book, The Return of Great Powers, which comes out Tuesday, reporter Jim Sciutto interviews several of Trump's former advisors. All of them stress that Trump regularly lavished praise on authoritarian leaders around the world, calling Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban fantastic, Chinese President Xi Jinping, my God, brilliant, and North Korean Kim Jong-un an okay guy. Horrifyingly, Trump also said, well, but Hitler did some good things, according to John Kelly, who served as White House chief of staff from 2017 to 2019. I said, well, what? And he said, well, Hitler rebuilt the economy. But what did he do with that rebuilt economy? He turned against his own people and against the world. And I said, sir, you can never say anything good about the guy. Nothing. Kelly told Sciutto, I mean, Mussolini was a great guy in comparison. My God. Only the best in the Trump administration. Kelly said that Trump also praised Hitler for achieving complete loyalty from senior Nazi officials, and Trump expected similar fealty from the retired generals he brought onto his cabinet. Quote, he would ask about the loyalty issues and about how, when I pointed out to him that the German generals as a group were not loyal to him, and in fact tried to assassinate him a few times, and he didn't know that, Kelly said. He truly believed, when he brought us generals in, that we would be loyal, that we would do anything he wanted us to do. I mean, like, the fact that he's dumb is really, really lucky. Like, it's really lucky. We really lucked out that he's really dumb. Because if he'd known a little bit more about history, he would have vetted those retired generals before bringing them in, instead of just assuming that they would be loyal to him as if he were a dictator. Like, let me put it this way. If he'd been a little bit smarter, if he'd known a little bit more about history, he would have done some more vetting, and he would have surrounded himself with better yes men, and we could have been in a very different situation on January 6th. Current polling puts Dems at 47 and Republicans at 50. Cool. He was shocked that he didn't have dictatorial type powers to send US forces places or to move money around within the budget. And he looked at Putin and Xi and that nutcase in North Korea as people who were like him in terms of being a tough guy. As the New Republic's Matt Ford summarized, Trump world is scheming to install ideological loyalists throughout the federal government, purge the civil service. I hate the language around this stuff. I hate it, right? Because it's like when you say, oh, the GOP loyalists are scheming, that makes it sound like a fringe group of nutcases is like, you know, plotting in like smoke-filled rooms or whatever about how to break up America or like take over America, as if like it's, you know, LARPy bullshit, as opposed to like the largest Republican think tanks, the main Republican think tanks that are currently in operation have solidified jointly around a plan called Project 2025 to gut the government. Like this isn't a scheme to this isn't like some sort of idle scheme. It's not like a daydream. I feel like scheme isn't harsh enough of a word here. This is the proposed and accepted plan that Republicans are pursuing. Like if Donald Trump wins, he has a plan. They have pre-selected candidates that they're going to install across the government. And we know about it because, like, the Heritage Foundation, some of the large... It's not even a conspiracy, Calavera Kid. Look, I'll show you. It's not even a conspiracy. It's just real. The Heritage Foundation. This is one of the largest think tanks in America, okay? Clicking onto its webpage here. Where is it? Is it Project 2025? You know, I just saw it here. I'll just go here. I don't want to navigate their website. But this is it, right? This is the plan. This is from the Heritage Foundation. It is a plan out in the open by think tanks paid by billionaires to gut the American bureaucratic system. It's just right here. Building now for a conservative victory through policy, personnel, and training. It's not enough for conservatives to win elections. If we're going to rescue the country from the grip of the radical left, we need both a governing agenda and the right people in place ready to carry this agenda out on day one of the next conservative administration. This is the goal of the 2025 Presidential Transition Project. The project will build on 4 pillars that will collectively pave the way for effective conservative administration. This isn't conspiracy. This is just out in the open. And it's the same way that, like, you know, conspiracy theorists will be like, Davos, that's where they're gonna make us eat the bugs. But like that's not what happens at Davos. What happens at Davos is just a bunch of incredibly wealthy businessmen getting together to discuss how they can get more wealthy. But they don't need to do it in secret because that's just capitalism. You know? Yeah, Shiny Nicks. Must be an interesting time to be going through history. I minored in history in college, and we live in interesting times. An unusual curse.